No, we're
9.
just we're not gonna upload
You
this on YouTube. We will
okay, sir.
upload this on the private group.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
kidding. Okay, guys. So today, every time we interview somebody, it is because of a spectacular score in speaking, among others. But this student, she was such a failure. I'm so disappointed. She scored 8.5 in speaking after how much how long is that, BK? 2 months, right? 2 months of
Yeah, yes, sir, yes.
with work doing the
Yeah.
graveyard shift at work. So it was so disappointing. Damn. And she didn't even score a 9. I hate her. BK, were you surprised by your score, or you were sure you were gonna pass?
I'm sure, sir, that I'll get 7 in speaking.
Mhm.
Highest is 8, to
Okay.
be honest.
You weren't
But
worried about it.
yes, sir, I wasn't worried about my speaking, but I was kind of worried with my reading and writing
Okay.
because I ran out of time with reading, and
Yeah.
with the writing, I'm not sure that, I answered the topic like precisely.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. But when I told you it was gonna be a 6.5, you felt better about it? Was it good that you knew in advance?
Yes, sir, I actually like think that it would be a 6.
Mm. I,
But based on
I don't
your like
remember,
advice
guys.
that
She was saying like it's gonna be a 6, and then I said no, it will not be a 6. It's gonna be a
yeah, yes, yes,
6.5.
sir.
See,
Mm.
you wouldn't score a 6, BK. It would be a
Yeah,
6.5.
sir. I wrote
Mhm.
a lot, like 500 plus words.
500 words. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, based on her narration, one of the arguments was kind of off. So that explains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really.
Okay. But it doesn't matter because she scored 8.5 in speaking. That's the important test. And her reading was a band 7. You were pleasantly surprised by that, BK.
Yes, sir. I thought I'm gonna fail reading because I ran out of time, and I
Mm,
told you way back that I didn't answer the matching headings type,
mm.
and that's the last like type of test that I answered. Luckily, it was part of my third passage.
The third passage.
Yes, and
Okay. The
then
third
it was
passage
like
was the
10.
hard one.
Yes, it was the toughest one.
Okay. Yeah, similar
And
line
I
for me.
got
Yeah.
like 10 minutes left for the reading passage.
Okay.
And it's
I
really
see.
hard to like when you drag the heading,
Yeah, you drag the title
it'll
of the
kind of
heading into the
mm-hmm, it
paragraph, right?
it yeah, into the main passage. It'll kind of confuse you when you can't delete it, like you can't erase that thing over there. Yeah.
Actually, BK, you can drag it back. I don't know if
Oh,
you were made aware
I
of that.
didn't know that. No,
You
no,
can
no.
drag it back, and
So
then
that's
yeah,
got
you
you
can
got me
everybody.
confused.
So you get go into the title of this is we're talking about list of headings. Martha, do you
Yes, sir.
understand matching headings?
Yes, yes,
Don't worry, we'll talk about that in the bubbles. So you drag the title of the heading into the paragraph at the top of the paragraph. And then if you want
Yes,
to
sir.
change it, you drag it back into the questionnaire. There. You can do that, BK. There.
Mm-hmm.
And then her listening was a band 8, correct, BK? 8.
Yes, sir. I
You,
actually like put a note to my unsure answers. I was sure that my answers were like 10 to 12, the incorrect ones.
oh, you
That's
did.
why, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Uh, what was the hard one for you? Was it a map or something?
The map and the multiple choice, the conversation between students because they are speaking too way too fast.
That's what you said. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But you still scored an 8. Yay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's a surprise.
And so, mm, um, her name, I'm forgetting my manners. Her name is Beverly Kim uh, Fabian. Correct, BK? Beverly Kim Chong Fabian. Okay.
No.
And then, oh, BK, maybe you should tell us about yourself.
uh, Sir, I'm not Fabian.
You're not? What? I'm sorry. That's your last name.
That's the
Because on
others.
Facebook,
That's
she
the
doesn't
others.
use her real name. So what's
Yeah, that's the other student who got like
Beverly
8.5
Fabian?
also.
Okay. Ah,
Yeah, and I
Beverly
told you.
Kim. Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I remember like telling you that sana all
Mm.
Beverly will pass.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
hopefully
said
all
that.
Beverlys will score an 8.5, and that's exactly what happened, right? Because Beverly Fabian
Yeah.
also scored an 8.5. So what's
Mm-hmm.
your real last name?
Fronda, sir.
Foronda.
Fronda. Yes,
Okay.
Fronda.
So before
That's my husband's last name.
okay, before I go into a simulation, just a short simulation, BK, we want to know how you sound like. What is an 8.5? I'm going to go into your list of questions. So you typed it down. Could you tell me your name, please, was number one? And then second, could you describe your hometown a little? So you were ready for this, the hometown question?
Yes, sir. We
Okay,
drill that like
all right.
almost every night.
Almost every day. And do you live in a flat
Mm.
or a house? Easy peasy. Describe your house a little.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Okay. What's your
When
favorite?
he asked me about, yeah,
Mhm.
I said my dwelling, not
Dwelling.
I am living, or yeah, my dwelling is
Hmm.
the ta 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 ta
Okay.
ta ta.
Yeah. Your abode. You could use that as well. My abode. Okay. There's Louis. I
Mhm.
hear Louis. Mommy.
Yeah, she's here.
Okay. And then your favorite part of your house is your bedroom, correct? I've heard this so many times.
No,
Uh,
sir, I answered
your
that
living
time the
room.
living room. You know
Living
the
room.
75-inch
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
TV,
yeah.
the
That you gifted
cozy,
to
the
dad.
couch.
Yeah. These were all in the
Yeah.
in the bubbles,
Mhm.
right? There. Okay.
Yes, sir,
All
exactly.
right. And then, do you prefer a modern house to an old building? That has been asked so many times. And have you ever been to
Yes.
an old building? What did you answer to this one?
I even forgot to mention the state of the art appliances. I just focused on safety, and I'm not quite sure if an old edifice is like well maintained. So
Mhm.
that's prone to collapse, and I value my safety like that.
Prone to
Because
collapse.
yeah,
Okay. And then you said edifice. Edifice.
yes, I said
Okay.
that word.
And then your answer to have you ever been to an old building? How did you answer that?
I said no.
You've
And
never
that's
been
one of
to
my
one.
like bucket list. Yeah, but if I were given a chance, I would like to like travel or gallivant to the Colosseo in Italy.
Okay.
Then
So
there's
she
a
used
follow up.
conditional. If I were given the
Yeah.
chance, yeah. Hmm.
hmm And why Italy? He said.
Oh, he asked why Italy. What did you
Mm.
answer to that?
Because my husband was like
Ah, yeah, yeah,
um
yeah.
he was working there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I got a big chance if ever, but I need to work hard for it because I need money to travel.
Okay. You've never
Yeah,
been
that's what
there,
I said to
Vicky?
him. Never, sir.
Okay. All right. And then the next one was, how long has your husband been working in Italy, by the way?
Like recently he worked there for 2 years. He
Two
was
years.
born and raised there, sir.
Oh my God.
So yeah, he's like a
So
citizen or
he's like a
something.
citizen. Okay. Ooh,
Yes,
so,
yes, sir.
so you can easily go into Italy without any passports because he's a citizen, right? Or visas,
I think
right?
it will depend. It depend on the employer. It depends on the employer.
Oh, okay. And then
Mm.
what's the next question? This one has come out so many times. What aspects of cultures do old buildings reflect? So easy peasy.
Yeah, yeah. I mentioned it like it is the mirrors of the past. It's the way to like
The
teach
mirrors of
the
the past.
youngsters to understand the beliefs, the traditions. Sir, our daily grind at the bubble, the
Yeah.
culture.
Mhm. Yeah.
hmm
All right. And then suddenly he asked about what do you do at night? So
Yeah.
You said I work at night. That's
Yeah,
what you
I told
said.
him I'm a night owl. Yeah.
You're a night
And I
owl.
work graveyard for
Okay.
the past 2 years.
All right. 2 years. Okay. It's been 2 years in that job.
Hmm.
Wait. Have you ever
Yes, sir.
informed your employer already? Is your employer
Not yet,
aware?
sir.
Okay. That's going to be a hard talk, right?
My yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. When
That's
did
gonna require a lot of English again.
yeah, and you're gonna miss the job, right?
Of course, sir.
Yeah, they're gonna miss you as well.
I'll miss them.
Okay. And then
Yeah, 'cause I'm the naughty one.
you're the naughty one. And then finally, what is it that you don't like doing at night? What did you answer to that?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
answered out of the blue. Like I can't think of any because I'm working during the night, and I just
Mhm.
told him that I despise like picking up the toys or cleaning the house
Oh, that's
because
a
it's
nice
like the
one.
perfect time for me because everyone's asleep and I'm
Mhm.
wide awake. So
All
if
right.
ever I got like an idle time at work,
Mhm.
I do that.
Okay. That was a lot of part one questions. One, two, three, four, five,
Yes,
six,
sir. And I forgot he also
nine,
asked me about
10.
puzzles.
Oh, he even
Yeah, I
asked about
forgot
puzzles.
to
What
mention
about
the
puzzles?
puzzles.
Which
Yeah.
puzzles?
He asked me if I prefer the number or word, and I told him that I'm not a math aficionado and I get dazed and confused with numbers. That's
Oh,
why I prefer the word puzzles instead
you're
because
able to
it's a
throw
way
the
to tickle
days
my
and
mind.
confuse, tickle your mind.
Tickle
Yeah,
my
the tickle.
mind.
Yes, mom says the tickle my
Oh,
mind, and it's another way for me to like learn new vocabularies.
okay.
Ah,
Aficionados. Okay. That's like 11 questions for part one. Wow. Okay. Wait, your
yes,
examiner
sir.
was British?
British, sir.
British. Okay.
Mm.
Older, younger, male, female?
Older, sir. Male.
Older, male.
His
Okay.
name's Barry. Mm.
Barry. Was he like mm, engaging?
Uh,
Was he smiling? Was he
yes.
laughing?
No, he's not smiling. He's not
Mhm.
like nodding. So
He wasn't
I'm
nodding.
not quite certain if I'm like engaging or what. But he keeps
Okay.
asking questions and I'm like answering them all the time.
Okay.
Whatever he threw at me.
By this time, you were feeling good about yourself because you like just
Yes, sir.
days and confused and aficionados, tickle my mind, all that stuff.
Yeah, but when we were talking about old buildings, I was kind of shocked because I hate that topic.
Yeah, I remember.
So
Okay. All
I
right.
don't like old
But
buildings.
generally, like, I got this in the bag, something like that. You were feeling good about
Yes,
yourself.
yes, yes, sir.
Okay. And
Yeah. And I
then,
scan my notes.
what do you mean you scanned your notes?
My power my powerful notebook, sir.
You mean before
There's
the
a hint
test?
over there. For example,
Hmm.
yeah, like public transport or old buildings. The topics that I got confused all the time. Like I put mirrors of the past
Oh,
or
okay.
collapse. So that's a way for me to like refresh my knowledge to the
Okay.
ideas.
You were doing this
Mhm.
while waiting for your test.
Yes,
Before
sir.
you
Well,
surrendered
the other
your,
one,
mhm. Before you surrendered your
mm,
stuff to the locker, right?
no, there's no locker, sir. There's like a chair at the back of the classroom, and I was like sitting there,
Hmm.
beside all the bags of the students, and I was scanning my notes all throughout until it was my turn to
And where
speak.
did you leave your stuff?
There also, sir. It's like the locker room is beside the speaking room, so
Okay.
it's just close.
All right. Okay. The place wasn't air conditioned yet at that time.
No, it was scorching
Okay.
hot.
Oh my God. All right. Okay. And then part two now, you were to describe a place you recommend others to live in. So
Yes, sir.
from our bubbles, you did mention Silang, Cavite, correct?
Alfonso, sir. Alfonso.
Alfonso. Okay. And then that was smooth as silk.
Mm.
Everything was good.
Yes, sir. And I remembered when you corrected me, like for the Tagaytay, because of its high. And I Googled
Elevation.
it, like the
Mhm.
place is, yeah, is located in a high altitude area. That's why it's cold. So I said
Mhm.
that also.
Okay.
When
All right.
I think I'm running out of ideas during that time, and I like it's close proximity to Tagaytay, ta 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 ta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Proximity. Okay.
Mm.
And then you were able to answer. Did you apply your technique, like answering all the bullets first and then going back to it later?
No, sir. During that time, like I was looking at the screen because that's the bullets. It's quite
Oh, okay.
big.
All right.
So I didn't get lost during that time. I was
Okay.
just like speaking, and I'm done with the last bullet.
Mhm.
There's like a note at the bottom. It's like,
Really?
why would you recommend this or describe? Like, yeah, it's like
Mhm.
what do you call that? An additional question at the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
where I mentioned Tagaytay.
okay. All right. And then the note taking part. Uh, like you just wrote down all the bullets in your notebook because all of
Yes,
these
sir.
bullets in your
It's
notebook.
like a small piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's
Okay.
very small. So I got the idioms like the recharge,
Mm-hmm.
the touch base,
Okay.
high altitude for the
All the
Tagaytay.
all
Yeah,
the
that's
idioms
what I
for the
wrote.
quiet place. Okay. All right. And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
suddenly
Nature
we're in.
friendly and like that.
Okay. Suddenly we're in part three, and all of these questions are out of the box, aren't they?
Yes, sir. It was a lot.
Okay.
Hmm. He told me that he was gonna ask me like two general questions,
And then
but
he ends
then
up throwing you
it
like
was
what's
like,
this, five or six? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So Biki, let's go through it. I'm gonna add a little. Okay. So we've been talking about the place that you recommend others to live in. Biki, this is
Sir
like
Juni.
going back to the past. And I'd like to ask you around two more questions about it. So, what are the factors to consider when relocating to a new place?
The first thing that I mentioned back then was money.
Mm,
If their budget will fit in a countryside or in a city living.
mm,
And apart from that, I also mentioned the amenities like hospitals, schools,
mm, mm.
parks for the kids, and the safety. And I mentioned that as a parent, I value my kids as safety because, it's really valuable nowadays.
Yes, correct. And why is it such a common thing nowadays for people to move to new places?
I mentioned I think they would like a career growth or to earn more
Mm,
because there are certain places that offers a high paying job. Yeah, I mentioned high paying job.
high paying job. And
And my example was myself.
mm,
I told him that like what I'm doing right now, like I'm taking this exam just to migrate to the United States. It's just my lifelong dream. Blah blah blah.
mm,
Yeah.
lifelong dream.
Sir, my answers back then were not really like structured or very long.
Mm,
And looking at his face back then, I knew that he was waiting for more.
mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's this a look that, oh, you're done? Like
Okay.
that.
You never thought of
So, no, sir,
adding
I was
more to
afraid.
the answer.
No,
Hmm.
I was afraid to beat around the bush. So I told myself whenever it's concise or I threw an example, that would be fine with me.
Okay.
So maybe that's the reason why we ended up with a lot of questions, I think
I
so.
see. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm. Maybe that's one of the reasons why you didn't score a 9. I'm so disappointed. Damn. You were 0.5 away, man. You didn't even do it. What's wrong with you?
I think I struggled on the nature question, like what the government could do. It's like an essay type, and I'm like, what? I just did an essay a while ago, and here we go again with
Okay.
another prompt.
Okay. We're gonna go into that later. And then, what do people need to prepare when they will relocate to a new location?
Yeah, I told him that as I mentioned earlier, the money, the safety of the kids,
Mhm,
or the things that they would like to do. Same answer to the previous one. I
mhm.
just add a little.
Okay. And suddenly he segued to tourists. Why is it that tourists don't care about the environment when they
Oh
travel?
yeah, I
Mhm,
remember that's why he asked that question because I mentioned less pollution, be it on noise or
mhm,
yeah, that's why we
mhm.
jumped into nature.
Okay, you jumped into nature.
Yeah,
So what's your
I
answer to that?
told, yeah, I think I mentioned that it should start within oneself. A person should be really responsible
Mhm.
to follow like the rules or whatnot. And
Okay. You did say
yeah,
what now?
What?
a lot of times, sir.
Oh, okay. She was
It's
able
like I
to use
was,
her what not. Okay.
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay, what not? And
Mm.
what did you answer to? What can the government do to preserve the environment?
That is the most like the toughest one because I
Mhm,
started with an example.
mhm,
I didn't give I didn't give a precise answer first. Like
mhm,
I say, for example, like here in my location in Batangas, the beach resorts there are like encouraging the tourists or the travelers to pick up their trash while they're walking in the seashore while waiting for the sunset, like that. Like
mhm.
I told him that there were like a post with a sack on it where you can put like the bottle or the plastic debris that you can like encounter while walking.
Uh-huh.
I know it's like out of the blue, but I can think of any at the moment, sir.
Oh, okay.
I was
Uh,
like, I'm waiting for it to be done because I had a lot already, sir.
okay. You just wanted to end it all already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And of course, that wasn't really true, right? The post with the trash in it.
Yeah, I made
Okay.
it.
You made it up. Okay. All
Yeah, I
right.
made it up.
Okay. BK, you did mention about your notes, right? Why
Yes, sir.
did you write on notes when it's all on our computer, our reviewer? Did
No,
that
sir,
help you?
as I've mentioned, yes, sir, because I believe that I got this photographic memory. I get to
Mhm,
picture my notes whenever, for example, the bullets
mhm,
I made with the part two. I
mhm.
remember putting an X and
An
at the
X.
corners, yeah, on the corners, what were the bullets, like what, where, why, how you felt, like that.
Oh,
And
okay.
and under it or below that, um, I wrote the phrases that I
All
need
right.
to. Yeah. So
Okay.
it worked for me, sir.
It works
I
for
don't
you.
know. Yeah, it really worked.
Yeah, because I remember when we would do the bubbles, we could hear
Mm.
the pages flipping, right?
Yes,
BK,
sir.
what are you doing with your notes? It's
It
all
was
in the
embarrassing, but
document.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
effective for me.
Okay, it works for you.
And you always like saying that you use Control F. Like
Yeah,
shit,
just
how
use
can I
Control F
use Control F in my
rather than
notes?
yeah, rather than flipping through your notes all the time. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
what do you intend to do with that notebook?
Actually, sir, I was still browsing it after I took the exam because, I'm not that confident because I think I
Mhm,
needed to retake because of my reading and writing. But yeah,
mhm.
voila,
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. No, BK, you pronounce it as voila. Voila.
Voila,
Voila. Voila.
voila.
there. Voila. That word voila, it's pronounced as voila.
Mm-hmm.
Like voila with a
Voila.
P.
Mm-hmm.
Voila, voila. I got a 8.5. And BK, out of all the stressors, you forgot your ID. So what do you intend to do about that? I mean, your driver's
Yes, sir. I actually yeah, I talked to Mom Lizelle and she said
Mhm.
that I need to go back to
Yeah, we were
STI.
talking
So
with
we're planning to leave
Brazil.
tomorrow.
Are you going
After
back?
my work. Yeah, and we're going to Ocean Park to celebrate with my
Yay! You're
kids.
gonna watch the dolphins. You're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
see lions.
Finally.
Okay.
Yeah, yes,
Maybe you should
sir. I'm so
stay the
excited.
night. Stay the night in the hotel
Um,
there.
we'll
Yeah, go
see, sir,
splurge.
if I can find a hotel.
Yeah, go splurge and like spend all the money you have. You're gonna make a lot of it anyway. Okay. And
Yeah,
then,
hopefully, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
yeah, that's a product
Thank you,
of hard
thank
work.
you.
That's a product of hard work. And
Sir,
then,
stop the recording. Naiiyak ako.
okay. Hold on. Wait, can you give some advices before we stop the recording? Go. Like you were
Oh, yeah.
always,
Don't.
despite the busyness of work, you made it a
Yeah.
point to try to attend as many bubbles as possible. Was that a hard thing to do?
Mhm. Yes, sir, because I need to juggle in between work and the drill. For
Mm-hmm.
example, when I like to get ideas from my classmates, sometimes I was busy, like I'm on a call or I'm talking to another patient. It was really tough,
Mm-hmm.
especially the reading bubble at night.
Yeah, the
But
midnight bubble.
it
Mm-hmm.
it requires a little, no, not little, like a huge effort, a
Okay.
sacrifice,
Um.
and I think
Did you
faith
get
in
like
yourself.
okay? Your family was helping you out in the sacrifice part. They were aware that this is
Oh
an
yes,
important
sir.
test. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, they were helpful.
Yes, like they're telling me to sleep, but I can't because I needed to attend the noontime.
Yeah, she would come
And
from
they
the
were
night
like,
shift,
"Oh,
and then
you're
she
awake
would wake
already."
up. Yeah, and then like
Yes,
we
sir.
would
It
tell
was
her,
tough.
BK, isn't it too early for you to be awake because you just came from the night shift? But
Yeah.
she was
And
telling
then I
us
got
I couldn't
sick. I got
sleep.
sty.
Yeah, she got
Uh,
sick just days before the exam. There were the
yes,
typhoons.
yes,
She lost
sir.
her internet.
Yes.
All of those. Okay.
Yeah, the power outage. My God.
All right. And like she had to do her maternal duties while doing the bubbles.
And
Like
2 hours of sleep, sir, only for her exam.
Yes, sir. Yeah, two
yeah,
hours of
just
sleep
before her
before my
exam,
exam.
it was that big typhoon, and she wasn't even sure if the
Mm-hmm.
exams were gonna push through. And then leaving Batangas, 3 o'clock in the morning, correct,
Yeah.
BK? And then
No,
arriving
sir. Like
her
we
exams
left
were
like
yeah,
7:30. Yeah,
7:30 in the evening.
I think.
No,
No,
but
sir. We left. But 11:30, and then after the kids are fast asleep.
oh, okay. And then it was so
Yeah,
far.
we arrived in Manila like 1:30,
Mhm.
and the hotels were like booked.
Okay.
We
And then
stayed
you
like
finally found the
we found the hotel at 3.
okay. All right. And then you barely had sleep.
Oh
You
my
only
God.
had 2 hours. You had to report 7 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning, 7:30 for the IELTS exam.
Yes, sir.
So BK, I guess the
Yeah.
question is, how were you able to make all these sacrifices? I think that's an important question for all the students to hear.
Sir,
How did you manage?
I'm always thinking about my kids.
Mhm.
My kids, sir. They're my I'm gonna cry. My motivation. Yeah, sir.
Mhm.
I want to bring them to America. Like I was always saying to myself that it doesn't matter what age or if I got 40s or 50s before I get there. What I
Mhm.
needed the most is to bring my kids there for them to
Oh,
have
okay.
like the life they deserve. But it's
I
not
see.
about me, sir. Really.
Okay.
It's for my kids.
That's how you found
That's
the
the essence of
strength.
being a mom.
Yeah, to do all of
Yes,
those
sir.
hard sacrifices, studying for the IELTS and working at the same time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think we can end on that, and then after the recording, you can freely cry now. While I'm booking. Thanks, guys. I'll stop the recording. Hold on.
Ay, nako.